Hello, everyone. My name is Jack Reedinger, and over the past several weeks, I've been speaking with many alumni about their experiences when they were here at the University of Akron and now that they've moved on into the professional world. Today, I'm here with Morgan Ferrell. Morgan, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me.
You're very welcome. I'm happy to.
So, first, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself and where you are now?
Sure. My name is Morgan Ferrell. I'm a two-time Akron grad. I actually chose to go to the University of Akron for my undergraduate. I received my undergraduate in political science and criminal justice. So I kind of took that little track that you could. I knew I didn't want like a straight political science degree. I was really interested in criminal justice, law, pre-law. So that university afforded me the ability to get not only like a broad overview of politics as a whole, but really focusing in on criminal justice. And then right now, I actually just finished up working on the Ohio coordinated campaign to elect Joe Biden and Democrats up and down the ballot. I was very privileged. I was the organizer. I got to work in Summit County. So Summit County is near and dear to my heart, obviously because the University of Akron, but even more so is it's the area that gave me my political start. I started working on judicial campaigns in the area, and then I also worked at Akron Municipal Court. So it was really exciting to get to work the campaign in that area. Specifically a presidential campaign. It's been an opportunity of a lifetime. And then now all of the organizers on the campaign, we are job searching. So the great thing is if you ever hop on a political campaign, they will set you up for success and that everyone on the team will make sure that you get a job post-campaign.
Awesome. And so you talked about how you were on the political campaign this past election. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got there?
Yeah. So I actually graduated with my Master of Applied Politics degree in May. I was on the job market, and one day I opened up my email, and Dr. Cohen had forwarded me an email from Flavita Grice. She was the deputy director of the Summit County Democratic Party for a good time there. She became my boss on the campaign, but really it was an email from Dr. Cohen saying, Morgan, FYI. And I thought, well, this is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and put my resume in for this job. A week after, my boss, Felita, had interviewed me. And then a few weeks after that, I knew I was hired as an organizer on the campaign. So my very first job post-graduation came from a professor and the connections that I made at the university. So I think that is a huge, huge takeaway. Definitely talk to your professors, see what jobs that they know about that are out there for you to apply, and definitely keep those connections.
Awesome. And then looking back on it, what made you decide to attend the University of Akron and then
Yeah, so I am a proud Northeast Ohioan, and anyone who worked on me on the campaign really knew I had a passion for not only Ohio but politics in this area. So really, it started off like I know it sounds cheesy, but in high school I was on the Perry speech and debate team, and I was a pretty decent competitor. It really broadened my skill set and opened up to my eyes to politics at a younger age. And I also competed on our ethics bowl team. But really, I knew I enjoyed living in Ohio. I thought about just keeping my career here. I have family here. I'm not really a person that I want to go like move to a major city or anything like that. So when I started looking for colleges, I knew I wanted something that felt local. It felt like home. It wasn't too far away. And the University of Akron really time I was on the campus and I said, this is the place for me. It's not too big, it's not too small. And everyone I talked to, like throughout my college tours, was just very welcoming. They answered any questions that I had. So I was really excited to attend the University of Akron, and I am still thankful to this day for attending.
Great. And then looking back on your time here, were there any professors or classes or internships that you think had an impact on you?
Definitely. This question is very difficult to answer because there was so much that helped me and that set me up for success. I think the number one thing that I would have taken a little bit more seriously is when they tell you you need an internship, concentrate on that. Think about where you want to be, what skill set that you have, and definitely market yourself and try to land the best internship possible that you can for yourself, because you will develop so many connections out of that internship. I interned at the Akron Municipal Court, which led me then to help some of the judges and magistrates work on their judicial campaigns, which then led me to my job on the Ohio coordinated campaign, just because I knew people in the Summit County area. And I think the Bliss Institute the professors are absolutely phenomenal. Just from like an education standpoint, they really set me up for the future and things that I dealt with on the campaign, whether it was just education. I know that sounds weird, but when you attend the University of Akron and you get your degree focused specifically in politics in Ohio, it's a game changer, because a lot of times people who work on the campaigns are out of state. They don't know the Ohio landscape as much as someone who is from this area and has studied it does. So it definitely worked to our benefit of what issues we were going to talk to voters on the phone about. We knew, like, specifically in Northeast Ohio, that voters care about the economy. So definitely making those pitches and being from the area, you can hold those conversations with those individuals. And then I would say, just from a communication standpoint as well, being a TA, I got to work with students, hear their concerns, help with the course material, and provide feedback to them. So one individual that sticks out in my mind, Dr. Bill Lyons, I was his TA, but to this day, I take his mannerisms into the workplace of how he treated students, how he listened to them. And that was so crucial for me on this campaign, was listening to my superiors and listening to voters and trying to figure out a way to help them solve their problems or move forward.
Well, great. Thank you for going into that a good bit. And then while you were here, were there any memories that stick out to you that you think a really good memory that you had here at the university? It doesn't necessarily have to be a political one, but one that just sticks out to you.
Hmm. I think holistically, what really sticks out to me about my time at the University of Akron is, and I tell everyone this too, it's the passion that the professors had for their coursework. I started off as a pre-med student at Akron, and then I switched to political science. But that was a drastic difference I noticed, is our professors, they were kind, they were caring, and they cared about students retaining that information and providing them with the best education possible. And not only that, but going above and beyond and making sure that we were set up for the future. Really, to me, that's what really encompasses my mind, is like, I carry that forward, and I want to be what those professors embodied to us, of being so passionate and helping everyone set themselves up for success. And definitely the communication that the professors had with me. I know it sounds silly that that's my favorite memory, but they were always open to talk to you, to help you, anything to really, again, set you up for success.
Great. Thank you for going into that as much as you did. And then my last question for you here is, what would you say to someone that's currently studying political science, or to someone that's considering going into politics in the future?
Yeah, so definitely those individuals that are currently studying political science, definitely take those internships as seriously as possible. They will help you realize your specific skill set and where you want to be in the future. One thing that I realize is politics is huge. After working this campaign, there's so many different departments that I think a lot of people don't know about, or different skill sets that you could have in political science. So I guess my advice too would be, is understand that as the world of politics furthers, it is more data oriented now. It's changed from like traditional campaigns, like that's one thing I learned during this campaign, but obviously it was in the middle of a pandemic. But all the campaigns are backed by data. So there's a huge need for individuals who know data. And also communication and digital strategy, which I think, off the top of my head, those are things we don't really think about. When we think about politics, we just think about talking to voters and getting them to the voting booth. But it's a lot more than that. It's like, how can we contact these voters online, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, and then really, what is our data showing us? So I know one thing on the campaign is we asked voters what issues matter to them. So if I was talking to you and you told me that healthcare mattered to you, we know in the future, like you're potentially a healthcare voter. So we're just going to repeatedly hit you with those messages. So I would say understanding that about politics and definitely look at job postings. This is something I have learned post career wise, but it gives you a good idea of what employers are looking for. So mainly what I'm coming across right now is like I said before, like people who know communications, they know data. So definitely broadening your skill set, and that way. And also, if you just have a general interest in politics, definitely just start following the news feed. I know that sounds crazy, but if you're not a person where you look at the news and you're like, okay, I've had enough, I think definitely understanding that politics, a huge part of it is just following that day in and day out. You'll eat, sleep, and breathe politics, and definitely understand you'll be in the limelight and you'll have to interact with people. I have that communication background, so I'm okay with that. But I know some people aren't. So definitely figuring out which niche area in politics would fit for you. Definitely keep up with your professors and see what direction they can lead you to, because I know I'm still sent some jobs from professors at the university that they potentially think I could be interested in.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Morgan, for going into that. Again, my name is Jack Reedinger, and I'm interning at the Bliss Institute this semester. And over the next several weeks, I will be speaking with many alumni about their experiences when they were here at the university and now that they have moved on into the professional world. Morgan, thank you again.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Jack.